Okay. So my project was on the caves of Lascaux. So it was discovered by Marcel Ravidal after he returned from World War II, and it took place during September 1940 during vacation. And on his while he was walking his dog and he was returning home, he couldn't find him. So when he found the dog in the hole, and then he brought back three other friends, one which included Jacques Marcel, and they were equipped with tools, and what they thought would be a tunnel was actually turned out to be a cave. And for the next couple of days, they kept exploring, and they discovered the paintings. Um, and one day, when they all returned home covered in dust, and their parents were worried, so they had to tell them about the cave. So then the village teacher alerted the clergyman, who told him about the importance, and since then they have become Jack and Marcel have become the official tour guides. And in the cave of Lascaux, there are pictures of um, bison, stags, and experts believe that they represent a ritual, like a ritual role instead of a decoration. Today, you can't actually visit the actual caves because of an environmental problem, and they had to close down the site. But they have constructed an exact replica where you can visit the pictures.
What's up?
No, you want stuff. I did my project on Charlemagne. He
That looks nice today.
the emperor of Western Europe from 768 to 814, and 771 he was crowned ruler or king of the Franks, which is a Germanic tribe, and today it's Belgium, France, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, and Western Germany. In 800, he wanted to get all of the Germanic people together into one kingdom and convert subjects to Christianity. He used most of his reign towards warfare. In 800 he was crowned Emperor of the Romans by Pope Leo III. And in 814 he died, and he was able to keep the Christianity in the West.
Okay. My question though. Okay.
Charlemagne was forced to give up. I don't know. He had to something with Christianity and forgot. And that's all I know.
Okay, so I did my project on the 100-Year War. So the 100-Year War took place from 1337 to 1453, which is a conflict between England and France over the French throne. It lasted 116 years. And lasted 116 years. the two major battles were the Battle of Castillon and Crécy. The Battle of Crécy took place on August 26, 1346, and it was when King Edward III landed in Normandy with about 10,000 men. And as the French pursued, he decided to halt near Crécy and in Normandy to prepare for battle the next day. And so the French vanguard made contact and started to attack without the benefit. And the French were defeated, and the English had a decisive victory. And the last battle of the war was the Battle of Castillon. The Battle of Castillon took place on July 17, 1453, and they had been driven out of France for like a few years before. And so then King Henry VI sent a new army to the western France, and in July 1453 the English forces attacked the French forces because they were besieging the town of Castillon, and it ended with the French victory.
My project was on Francois Premier and the Renaissance. Francois Premier was the first king from the Angoulême branch from the House of Valois, and he was king from 1515 to his death in 1547 from an ear infection, and he initiated the French Renaissance, but he attracted Italian artists such as Leonardo da Vinci, who painted the Mona Lisa. The French Renaissance was a cultural and artistic movement in France. Some notable developments were in architecture, literature, music, sculpture, painting, and sciences. He was Francois the first was also known as the Night King because he fought in wars against Charles V. He took some ideas from the Italian Renaissance that was going on during that time.
My project was on French Louisiana, also known as the New France. It was originally colonized by Jacques Cartier in 1534, and it was actually a small piece of land, and then as time went on, they tried to colonize other parts of it, and then by 1712 it extended to Newfoundland, which is now America, and to the Rocky Mountains, to the Gulf of Mexico, and then by 1763 there is a cession to Spain and Great Britain, which meant that Spain and Great Britain both shared the New France, and by 1800s Spain decided to give it back to France because they didn't want to have more wars that had over who gets to have control over this piece of land, and then which that later led to Napoleon signing the Louisiana Purchase over to the United States.
who to give it to.
Alright, so I did Marie Antoinette and Louis the 16th. Louis XVI became king after Louis the 15th died. Marie Antoinette had a lot of love for the Austrian people. Had a They had a love story. That's what they're well known for. That's it.
So I did mine on Napoleon, and he's one of the most like controversial, but definitely the most influential people throughout history. He gained a lot of popularity during the French Revolution, and because that he gained popularity because he was so supported for his ideas of changing France, which was like the entire point of the French Revolution. And after the French Revolution, he began to take power with his own army, and Napoleon's army was drastically successful. They created an empire in which he was crowned the Emperor of France, so he became Napoleon I. And as a result of that, he took over a majority of Europe and parts of Asia and created this vast empire, changing things, especially with his Napoleonic Code, which changed a lot of different things about society. It changed the judicial system, the social system. It stopped people from inheriting rights from birth and started placing people who actually were fitting for jobs. And so he was very, very successful. He fought over 60 battles and only lost about 7 of them, which were mainly at the end of his expansion, with his first major defeat being the invasion of Russia, which they failed because he tried to invade Russia with his army, but it was during one of Russia's worst winters. So as a result, the Russians just retreated, destroying any land that the French forces could stay in, destroying any food or resources that he could take, which caused drastic losses in the French army and forced them to retreat. That was their first major defeat. And later, probably the biggest was in 1815 at the Battle of Waterloo, and that really crippled and destroyed Napoleon's forces. And as a result, he lost his empire, was kicked out of power, and was banished from France for the rest of his life. And he lived out the rest of his life on an island. I don't remember what it's called though. Yeah.